Hey guys, it's Lats, and today we're going to be starting a new segment on this channel, which I've kind of already started on this channel, but now we got a more formatted way of doing it, and that is where you guys submit topics or questions and I talk about them. Now, if you want to submit any topics or questions, you can use the Google form link in the description below. But before we get into the video, I do just want to emphasize that I am not a professional, I am not a therapist, and that the answers to these questions may not be the right solution for you. And I do encourage, if you do need help, to seek professional help from someone that probably knows a lot more than I do. So with that in mind, let's go to our topic for today. And that is, I've had pretty bad anxiety for the last couple months. All that was from the past, but after going through it, I started wondering, what's the point of doing anything if I might die? That's actually not my question, but I gave a general idea about what I mean. I fear blindness, and I wonder why try to improve at something like a game if I might get blind in the future. What's the point of trying to get better at things that I know there might be an unfortunate accident that makes us lose all that progress? Is it just a waste of time? I really need an answer if you have one. Thanks. So first off, I just want to say I've had similar thoughts to this before. I've had the thought where it's like, well, what's the point of doing anything if eventually, it's not going to matter. I'm going to be dead. And I've really had those thoughts when I've not been doing too well mentally. But to really focus on the main point of your question, because you said that wasn't your question, say you fear blindness or some sort of like unfortunate accident that makes you lose the ability to, you might not be able to see, you may not be able to, do certain things in your life anymore. And again, I've had that thought as well. I think a lot of people do. I mean, I've talked about it with people before where it's like, oh, what if, you went blind? What if you got paralyzed? What if you got cancer or something like that? For example, over the summer, I am a very pale person. And with that comes a lot of sunburns. And there's been times where I've gotten a sunburn and I've really gotten anxious about the thought of me getting skin cancer. And I'm thinking, this is going to be it. I'm going to get skin cancer. I might die. I think the important thing is you have to realize the probability of that event happening. With anything in life, there is a possibility of you going blind. There's a possibility of you getting into a car accident. There's a possibility of you getting paralyzed. There's a possibility of a whole bunch of horrible, horrible things that could happen to you, unfortunately. But the thing is, the probability of those things happening is very low. And I think that's what you need to focus on, is these things are not likely to happen. So I think if you try to focus on the low percentage of the chances of this actually happening, maybe that could get you over that hurdle of, what's holding you back from experiencing things in life. If you want to play that game that you've been trying to play, go and play it. If I want to go outside during the summer, if I want to go to the pool, I should be able to do that without the thought bombarding my head of, oh my God, I'm going to get skin cancer. There's only so much you could do, right? What I could do is I could put on sunscreen, I could wear, hats, stuff like that. And there's only so much you could do to prevent things in the world. Some things are just inevitable, but the chances of a lot of these things happening are so low. When you ask, is it just a waste of time? I think what is a waste of time is worrying about this. And I know that's so difficult to kind of get over, because when you're in that headspace, you think it's the truth, right? When I'm in that headspace of, I got a sunburn, I'm thinking I'm going to get skin cancer and die. But what I try to do is look at the bigger picture, is try to kind of see myself from like a third person perspective and really think about it. What are the chances of this event actually happening? For stuff like this, it's pretty low. And I think that's really the main point you got to focus on. But even if it were to happen, the very low chance of it happening, I think you would be able to get through it, because I think I would be able to get through it. I think the thought of it is very scary because we're not familiar with it, we're not comfortable with it, but I think we would be able to handle it. So please don't let that fear stop you from what you want to do. Do what you enjoy. Don't worry about it. The probability of it happening is very low. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. If you have any questions or topics, feel free to leave them in the Google form down below. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.